I told you one video game changed skateboarding, music, and pop culture forever. Well, today we're diving into the documentary, Pretending I'm a Superman, the Tony Hawk video game story. Welcome back to Movie Magic 96, your one-stop shop for all things movies. From reviews to unboxings and collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema. Now, let's roll the film. This release comes from Vinegar Syndrome in 2023, and I've got this rad exclusive slipcover. The case artwork even looks like a Nintendo 64 cartridge. Pretty awesome, right? But before we dive into the doc, here's a little backstory. The original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater came out in 1999 when I was just 3 years old. My older brother got the game for Christmas, or maybe his birthday, and it completely changed everything. Like many people, the series was my first exposure to skateboarding, punk, and alternative music. Personally, my favorite game in the series is Tony Hawk's Underground. I played every main franchise game, and while I gave skateboarding a try, I ultimately stuck with longboarding, which I still do to this day. Now let's talk about the release itself. Inside the case, you'll find a Blu-ray, no DVD, no digital code, but you get a nice booklet with behind-the-scenes photos and reversible cover art, and that's exactly why boutique labels like Vinegar Syndrome often do it better than big studios. The exclusive slipcover has already sold out, but you can still grab the standard edition on their website. The disc is also stacked with 10 special features, including director's commentary, festival Q&A, Ralph D'Amato interview, behind-the-scenes footage of Neversoft's offices and Tony Hawk's motion capture, Rodney Mullen Ollie recording, plus multiple galleries and trailers. So for collectors, it's a pretty sweet package. The documentary itself kicks off with a killer montage set to No Cigar by Mullen, a track straight from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. It instantly sets the tone. We get appearances from legends like Steve Caballero, Christian Hosoi, Jamie Thomas, Eric Costin, and of course, Rodney Mullen. The story begins with skateboarding's boom in the 1980s, then shifts to how the video game brought skate culture into millions of homes. When the first game dropped, it only had 10 playable skaters. Personally, I usually picked Tony, Bob Burnquist, or Bucky Lasek. And keep in mind, this was pre-YouTube. My Nintendo 64 copy didn't even have the full motion video clips, so half the time I didn't even know what these skaters looked like. What made skateboarding so unique compared to other extreme sports? Surfing requires the ocean, snowboarding requires snow and mountains, but a skateboard, once you bought one, you could ride anywhere. And in the late 90s and early 2000s, skateboarding wasn't just a sport, it was everywhere. TV shows, fashion, music. Even if you never stepped on a board, you still felt its influence. Some of the coolest moments from the doc, Tony pitched the game to several studios including Nintendo, and they all passed. The first playable demo was included on a Pizza Hut demo disc alongside Final Fantasy and a Crash Bandicoot game. And Tony famously turned down a $500,000 buyout from Activision, which turned out to be the smartest business decision of his career. The doc mainly focuses on the first two games with only brief mentions of later releases. Here's the thing though, the runtime is just 71 minutes. At a $23 price tag, that feels a little steep, especially since you can stream it on Amazon Prime. If you're looking for a deeper dive, I'd honestly recommend HBO's Tony Hawk Until the Wheels Fall Off. Over 2 hours long and covers his life more fully with some attention brought to the video games. Another great watch is Bones Brigade, an autobiography, which explores one of skateboarding's most legendary teams. That said, as a lifelong Tony Hawk fan, I still enjoyed this documentary for what it was. I'd rate it a solid 3 out of 5. Fun, nostalgic, but not essential unless you're a hardcore fan or collector. So what do you think? Are you going to add Pretending I'm a Superman to your next Vinegar Syndrome haul? And more importantly, what's your favorite Tony Hawk video game of all time? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thanks so much for everything, and go play a Tony Hawk game today.